Much Ado About Nothing. Main characters: Benedict, a witty, sharp tongued lord from Padua and Padua, who proudly vows he will never marry, engaging in an ongoing war of wits with Beatrice. Beatrice, heroes, طبعا heroes don't ترى. Hero's sharp-witted, independent cousin who is equally cynical about love and marriage, matching Benedict's sarcasm effortlessly. Effortlessly. Claudio, a young, heroic, and impressionable Florent count who falls deeply in love with Hero upon returning from war. Hero, the gentle, obedient, and virtuous daughter of Leonato, whose innocence makes her the tragic victim of cruel deception. Don John, the bitter, illegitimate brother of Don Pedro, driven by malice and spite to sabotage the happiness of others. Don Pedro, the noble prince of Aragon, who acts as a matchmaker and military commander, ultimately aiding both the romantic plots and the restoration of justice. Minor characters: Leonato, the hospitable governor of Messina and father of Hero. Doug Bear, طبعا Doug مو اللي بدي بالك. The comical malapropism. تمام؟ ملاب طبعا اتوقع تكمله. A propism, prom master constable of the local watch who is bumbling intervention accidentally saves the day. Baracchio and Conrad, Don deceitful associates who execute the plot to defame Hero. Antonio, Balthazar, Ursula, and Margaret, supporting members of Leonato's household and friends who assist in both the romantic setups and the unfolding drama. Inciting Incident. The main action begins when Don Pedro's victorious army arrives at the governor's estate in Messina, igniting immediate romances. Claudia instantly falls in love with the pure and gentle Hero, quickly securing Leonato's blessing to marry her within a week. To pass the time before the wedding, the prince and his companion devise a playful psychological scheme. They conspire to trick the notoriously anti-marriage bachelors, Benedict and Beatrice, into falling in love with one another. Through staged conversations filled with exaggerated praise, both Benedict and Beatrice are led to believe that the other is secretly pining. هذه شوية هاي pining. فهاي pine تبدأ فايض في ing. حلو. هاي pin كده طبعا راح كرر الحرف الأخير. Secretly pining for them in private. This clever matchmaking plot successfully shattered their defensive cynicism, setting up a parallel romantic tension that runs alongside the impending wedding preparations. Climax. The light-hearted comedic tone shatters completely on the eve of the wedding due to the malicious intervention of Don John. Driven by pure hatred for Claudio, Don John orchestrates a vicious plot with his follower Baracchio. They manipulate Margaret, Hero's unsuspected maid, into impersonating Hero at a chamber window at night, while Claudio and Don Pedro watch from a distance, deceived by the clever staging. A furious Claudio believes Hero has proven utterly unfaithful. The following morning at the altar, instead of exchanging vows, the heartbroken and humiliated Claudio publicly denounces Hero, accusing her of blatant promiscuity from before the entire wedding assembly. Shocked by the accusation, Hero faints, and a deeply distressed Leonardo, initially believing the slander, wishes his disgraced daughter dead. فعل مفعول به تكملة المفعول به. أحسن. شنو عامل أنت عبقري بكورك. Resolution. True justice is restored not through high drama, but through the bumbling incompetence of Dagber and his local watchmen, who overhear Baraki boasting about the conspiracy in the streets and promptly arrest him. Informed of the truth, Leonardo and the Ferrari orchestrate a plan. They announce that Hero has died of grief, forcing a remorseful Claudio to mourn her loss. When Claudio admits his terrible mistake and agrees to marry Leonardo's masked niece, who is actually a living hero, the truth is joyfully revealed. With the crisis averted and Hero's honor completely restored, Don John is captured and brought for justice. Inspired by these dramatic events, Benedict and Beatrice finally drop their fierce defenses and publicly confess their genuine love for one another. The play concludes in true celebratory fashion with a double wedding. هم double wedding أنا 4 متزوجين. عايز أقول لك 8 متزوجين أنا 4 متزوجين. ما تقول لي أنت شنو شكسبير. ما تقول لي. I'm uniting Claudio with Hero and Benedict with Beatrice in a festive atmosphere of music, dance, and reclaiming happiness.